In terms of all 10 fingers being on the club, if they feel crowded, you can see where that little pinky is getting pinched in there on my right hand. You can rest it up on top of the
I was
index.
watching that guy that I like, that Ian, what's his name?
Ian Poulter.
Yeah. He does that. He rests his up there like that.
There's a couple, some rested up on top, some interlock it. Your hands aren't bony enough to interlock it.
Okay.
You really don't want to interlock. But you can, to get the hands closer together to cover that hot dog, you can let that pinky just rest.
Pretty cool.
Up on top of the index finger.
Gotcha.
Now that's, pinky doesn't do much in the swing. So I mean, we don't want to cut it off, but we can just take it out of play a little bit, and it just helps that hot dog bun relationship.
I like that hot dog bun thing. That's really good. I can dig this one. I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Nope. Here's what we're doing. You're coming in from like 2 o'clock.
Wow.
There, and just let the fingers curl. Just let them curl right around. Let that curl, finger curl right there. This thumb is just going to be off center, but in contact.
Okay.
There you go. It's a definite adjustment in the process
Still feels good.
that you've done with the club in the past, because you were death gripping it.
Oh, I was. Well, I think I can do this.
Does that make sense?
Just keep practicing this.
You just have to keep practicing, and you know the best point about once you get the hands on there, especially when both hands are on there, is you make sure the hot dog's covered. And if it's not, get that right hand up this way to cover that hot dog. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Cover the hot dog.
Cover the hot dog.
Piece of cake.
Much better grip.
I like this.
Hot dog. Okay.
Okay.
We won't worry about the mustard and the ketchup right now. But that is part of the process.
Thank you so
I
much.
was wondering
I
what
had those
Luann
colored
was
clothes.
talking about over there with the snap stuff.
Yeah, the snag stuff
Snag.
has colored grips, so it's mustard and ketchup. I mean, it's mustard, ketchup, hot dog bun. I mean, we teach that for anybody. Doesn't matter, and it's amazing how it clicks. Okay, so we got a more workable grip.
Yes.
Now all we're going to do is we're going to plug in how the club works, and then we're going to just produce a few shots that are going to be different than what you do. We're going to look for a few shots that actually just kind of fly straight without doing their little right to left motion. So go ahead and get yourself set.
Okay.
Yep. Cover that hot dog. And let your fingers breathe like you're holding a bird.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to kill the guy. We don't want him to fly away. Angle. There. I know, it feels weird. You're really taking a lot off of that right hand. That right hand is not going to have near as much responsibility right now.
Okay.
That's good right there.
Right. You got it.
Keep your grip. Hold it up. There's your little hinge.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's a much more natural type position. Now, that hinge will come into play like in step 2 and 3 of the swing. Right now it doesn't have to. It's more about how we're getting the hands and the wrist to just be there and work with the short little motion. Okay, in terms of your stance, feet about shoulder width, and your knees, you might go a little bit wider just because we want to stabilize the knees a little bit, and flex. Now what'll make, does this hurt at all when you swing? Or is that one?
This
Okay.
is fine.
What makes that left side a little bit more receptive to motion is when you get yourself set, heel can stay where it is, but that toe can turn out a little.
Oh, okay.
Makes that left side much more receptive to any type movement coming through. And yeah, if it feels more comfortable with the stance a little closer, that's fine too, okay? But the ideal thing is you're in a position so that when you make this motion and we start talking about how the body reacts, the lower body can accept and stay balanced. And if you're like this, a lot of times when you go this way, you can't get over and you put too much strain on that forward side, whereas if that's turned open, it's so much easier to get over on that forward side.
Great.
So, stance, we got the grip. How do we get down to the ball? standing, we're just gonna do a little bow. We're gonna feel like we're sticking our butt out, which in the ladies' clinics is very hard to tell them to do, but you have to tell them. So we stick the butt out a little bit, and then we add some more knee flex so that our balance points are on the balls and feet.
Oh, okay.
Not on the heels, not on the toes.
Good. Thanks.
All right, you play baseball.
Yes.
What position? Pitcher.
Third base, pitcher, and catcher.
Okay, you played third base. What position you get when okay, here's the pitcher. What position? Yeah!
Ready to
Okay,
go.
why aren't you like this?
Because the ball will be by you before you
Uh-huh.
get down.
There it goes. You go to move, you're not in a balanced position to accept motion. Golf's an athletic move. You gotta be in a hunkered down position to be able to stay balanced and accept motion. So err on the side of this rather than this. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So now all of a sudden, now you just
On
got
the
the
ball.
lower body involved
Mm-hmm.
without even having to do any motion. But that's ideal. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. When you get ready for the ball to come ripping at you, you're not like this.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yeah,
You actually have your
right.
butt sticking out in baseball because you're ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Thank
ready
you.
to react. Perfect position right there. That's
I
your.
like that. Yeah.
That's perfect position. Yeah.
Getting a whole new feel now. This is something.
There you go. And you know what? You're relaxed right now.
Oh yeah, I feel real good.
So
I'm
now
on
the
my
club
ball.
is setting down exactly where it should.
Mhm.
Because the idea when you get hunkered down, you just let the arms relax.
Sure.
And wherever the club angles out from your hands, that's how far the ball's positioned away from you.
Perfect.
This stays the same. So if I put the driver in your hand, you're the same, but the driver head is going to be setting down on the ground there.
Yes.
But you didn't change your posture. We poured plaster of Paris all over you, and that's what we take wherever your shot is, and we set down your setup position, and we stick a club in your hand, and wherever the club head sets on the ground, that's where we position the ball. So that your setup's the same each time.
Okay.
Makes it much less complicated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep changing that. If you go home, take that glove and put an X somewhere right there on the glove.
okay. So
All
I
right?
can
So
drop
kind
that
of
on
the middle of
center.
that, and that X has got to be up on top.
Okay.
Got to be up on top.
Okay. X on top. Bring
Cover
this in
the
like
hot
that.
dog.
Cover hot dog. Bring this in like that. Pinky over there. That's right. Keep moving this like that.
Don't worry about the club head right now. That's good right there. Now, keep that relationship. Relax your grip pressure a little bit so I can turn the club, but we're not changing your hand. So I can move that club wherever I want.
Sure. Okay.
All right? But here's what we want. We want to try and get the bottom scoring lines right there, the white ones.
yes.
Try and get those pointed straight out away from you.
Okay.
If you look here at this rail, you're always going to be set up with that club face closed. Don't want that. It's hard.
Look at
It's,
the
it's,
white
it's
line.
kind of a little optical illusion, but the white line is what you want pointed straight out. So this is going to look like it's angled in an open position, like you would think the ball's going over there, but really the club face is
didn't
dead
know there
square.
was a white
Oh, I didn't know
line.
that. See? I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
I've got, see if I've got my feeling.
Wow.
Dowel rods. Scoring lines point straight up,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see where that T's pointing.
Yes.
If I try and line this up, watch the T.
Oh boy, yeah. You're towing
So
in.
now all of a sudden,